out on patrol with Iran's border police. The platoon praises the Prophet Muhammad, hoping it'll bring them luck. They're on high alert after one of their officers was shot dead by traffickers just a week ago. Most of these young recruits know they've been sent to one of the most dangerous parts of Iran. As the sun goes down, the police head into the mountain roads, a preferred route for the drug smugglers. They live in constant fear of ambush, as they know the smugglers are as well armed as they are. Thousands of Iranians have died in fighting here in the last decade, killed by smugglers and fighters the Iranians claim are linked to Al-Qaeda. Iran is their transit route for millions of tons of drugs, which the authorities say end up on the streets of Europe. This colonel told me who he blames for the flood of narcotics.
Pakistan doesn't do anything to fight the smugglers. In fact, they help transport the drugs. Authorities in Afghanistan are even worse. They grow the opium, so they have to let their people sell it to have an income. That's why they never fight.
The governments of Afghanistan and Pakistan would disagree. The Iranians are naturally keen to inform us they're doing far more than their colleagues across the border, so they show us examples, including a huge wall they're building. This is one of the tactics being used by the Iranian police in the war against drugs. They spent the last few years digging out these canals, which are 5 meters deep and 4 meters wide. They hope this will prevent the smugglers and their cars from getting through into Iran. But off camera they admit the desert winds can often fill up the canals or trenches with dirt, and much of the border still has no defence at all. That's how Dost Borhan Zehi, an Iranian Baluchi, managed to get across, but was eventually caught with around half a ton of opium and dozens of AK-47s. He faces life imprisonment or possibly execution if the weapons are connected to any shootouts. He told me traffickers do it for money.
I had a hard life. Actually, no life. All I had was a piece of dry bread to eat. So they hired me to do their job, and they gave me money. We didn't buy or sell. We are not the buyers or sellers.
This is what the people who hired him are selling. This police corporal who didn't want to be identified told me smugglers can get thousands of dollars more for compressed heroin.
This amount is worth much more than opium. This is about $1,000 in Afghanistan. In Iran, it's 3 times that price.
There's no doubt it's that kind of money that's fueling the trafficking. Iran's border police feel isolated. They accuse the international community of being indifferent to what's happening here. They say they'll do whatever it takes to fight back the drug smugglers. Nazanine, Moshiri, Al Jazeera on the Iranian-Afghan border.